Welcome to Movie World Plus. I am Andy Signore, and after 13 years, I am here to review the sequel to James Cameron's Avatar, the highest grossing film of all time, Avatar: The Way of Water. All right, guys, look, there's a lot to unpack on this film. I'm going to say this, though, before I get into anything. The film is more good than bad, but it is a lot of the same. Now, I'm going to give this film a positive review. At the end of the day, technically, this film is really well done. And I would say it's better than the last one, but I still do have problems with it, as I thought I might, and I do. And I'll get through all those thoughts. But I do want to say overall, yeah, look, James Cameron is a masterful filmmaker. He knows how to make exciting action sequences. His attention to detail is like none other. This is world building at its most obvious. Like it's a spectacle that should be seen on the biggest theater possible. And yeah, I really did enjoy it in the Dolby Surround and 3D. You get lost in this world of Pandora. As amazing as the technical and the visuals and all of it is, the sad reality is these characters just still are not that memorable for me. They're not that likable. Jake Sully as a character is even more annoying in this film than he was in the first film. Now, what is this film about? Let me start there without getting into spoilers, I guess. It is a very epic long story, over 3 hours long, guys. I will say it did feel a little long. I think he could have definitely trimmed some fat off of this film. But what he's trying to do here is create this Tolkien-esque franchise where we can really get into more details, just as Peter Jackson did with the Lord of the Rings trilogy. That was sort of his model going in. What if I could create 3 books of the Avatar series? We write them first, and then we can go adapt these books of literature that don't exist, that we made ourselves, to really create some sort of big story like Lord of the Rings and elsewhere. Is it as good as that Lord of the Rings? No. In my opinion, it's not. Is it bad? No, it's not bad. It's just odd. And let me break down some of my thoughts. Sorry. So the film surrounds the Sully family. Now it sort of fast forwards. It starts, you get a little recap, you get like a year later, and then you get some, the kids grow up a bit, and they now have 3 kids. They have 3 kids they're raising the kids, along with a human child who was left there that you'll learn about throughout the film, who also called, a Spider. And so he's sort of like what's the word? Like he's left in the jungle to his own device. So they're sort of raising him. The scientists try to raise him. The avatars try to raise him. He's sort of lost in the middle. On top of that, they also have, I thought I had the picture here. They also have this character who we learn is somehow, right in the beginning of the film, you learn, somehow born from Sigourney Weaver's character in the film. Grace, I think it was. I don't remember any of these characters' names. I literally couldn't tell you. Natari and Jake Sully. That's all I got for you. I don't know any of the kids. It was hard to tell some of them apart. That's part of the problem with this film. But this is another part of the film where Sigourney Weaver's character, who did not survive the first film, somehow has a child. That's part of the film as well. So there's a whole sprawling, family here of multiple, the adopted daughter, their own 2. There's the little girl in the back. There's 4 kids. The adopted daughter, the 2 sons, and a younger daughter from Natiri and Jake. And now Jake is full Avatar mode, and he's there to really protect his family. The things are great until the Sky People come again. And then what happens is it's just a retread, a lot of the same stuff. However, I will say the action is more exciting. You get to see the Na'vi with weapons this time. Jake is like more a Marine, and so he's prepared and leads the groups to sort of defend themselves. But the film really becomes about Jake's worry that he's causing more conflict to his family and potentially putting them at risk by being the savior of his people, that they decide to leave the jungle and their family. And they go find a new community far away on the world of Pandora and meet the water people. I don't remember their names either. Sorry. There's a lot of names and, Tolkien-esque things that you got to remember to do all this. This is Kate Winslet, by the way. I never would have known had someone didn't tell me. She was lost in this role like crazy. It's impressive. She apparently held her breath for 7 minutes. Kate Winslet, reunited from Titanic. And so they meet this new tribe. They're like a lighter turquoise, like a lighter blue, more turquoise blue. You'll see they have more fin-like hands, and they have a thicker tail because they're the water Na'vis. That's not what they're calling. Sorry if I'm being racist in the Navi culture. It's really hard to keep track of it all. But this group is like, instead of the tree people, they're the water people. And so they get to go underwater and they excel there. They connect to the water creatures. And so the movie becomes them sort of learning the way of water. Like they take their tree ways and now they're going to learn the water ways. And as they're doing that, things happen. Again, beautiful underwater stuff, amazing underwater photography. It really, truly is breathtaking to watch all this. And then, of course, I'm not, without spoiling, S happens, of course, as Avatar only can. And it's a good story. To me, the biggest failure of the film is the lack of using Zoe Saldaña. Zoe Saldaña is the star of this movie, the star of this franchise. Her character is badass. When she's on screen being a badass, the film excels higher than anything else. Her with that bow is like amazing, better than Hawkeye. And for a lot of the film, she's just left in the back seat while Jake's trying to figure things out. And for me, that's where I started getting bored. The film just falls into the trap of a lot of movies in the past of kids in peril. And since they got so many kids and they're so worried about the kids keep coming into peril, and you're just like, all right, oh God, these dumb kids. It's not a trope I like very much. At the same time, as a dad, there are moments of the family and standing up for your family and protecting them and being afraid of them getting hurt. There's a lot of those layers that did actually work for me. And there are some emotional parts throughout the film about family and drama that I would say, from a plot standpoint, I do think this one's slightly better, but it's still a lot of paint by numbers, generic plot points. Again, it's not bad. I don't think it was a bad film. It's not whoa, my God, this was such a slog to get through. It's fine. It's fine, but it's better than fine because of the technical aspects of this film. It's really, I would say, yes, if you're a film lover, go support this in the cinema. It's nice to see Cameron back making a film. He's a really good director. Like, some of the third act of this film is really good. Like, it's real, the action, like, it takes a while to get there. But when they get there, they've built up a lot of, tension, and we're ready for this conflict to happen. And, they do deliver some really good action near the end. There's some really good built up action that I got to say, with, several like, ooh, and whoa, and like, moments, cheer-worthy moments, especially for the third act of the film. And yeah, throughout there's some stunning, stunning visuals in this film. I'm not going to lie. I can't deny it. And I think that's what most people are going to say. But if you're listening to my review, it probably sounds very similar to what a lot of people's feedback was for the first film. Did we really need this? No. Am I offended by it as it should have never made? No, it's interesting. If Cameron's really passionate about it, okay, cool. He's trying to build this world of the Pandora and the Na'vi, and sure, but they're just characters I'm not that invested in. It's a film that I'm not really rushing to see again. I would definitely implore that you see it once. Some of you are going to love it so much you're going to see it multiple times, I'm sure. But yeah, it's just, it's a very expensive, beautifully shot. That is really where it comes out. So it's really where you stand ultimately. If you didn't, see the first film, I don't even really think you need to worry. It's like, it's connected in a way, but in a way, this is almost, it does feel like the beginning of its own franchise. It does have, an ending point, but they also leave this open to tell more story. There are apparently 4 more movies he's still already prepping, I guess, or up to 5 he already has planned. And he keeps hyping 4 and 5, which I'm like, why'd you wait so long? Why didn't you get there sooner, dude? Like, what is this? That's the problem I have overall with this film. It feels like it's interesting ideas, great visuals, some really good action, no doubt, but ultimately just stretched out longer than it needed to be. I don't think people care enough about these characters, this world, the Na'vi, to really warrant the film, if I'm being perfectly honest. Sam Worthington is such a boring hero. He's so boring. He's for me, just so average. His voiceover, his like little accent. I don't dislike the guy, but there's nothing like charismatic or exciting about Jake Sully, the performance by Sam Worthington. And he's an integral part of this film. He's a strong warrior. Neytiri, if I'm saying it right, Zoe Saldaña, has so much more going for her as a character, so much more emotion and ranges, and her fighting Jake and like the family and where should we go. That was the far better movie to me. And, them coming together, I think could have been tighter. Yeah, look, it's a film about a family uniting to stop the bad guys? Can they do it? And there is going to be some dramatic moments. Be prepared, as well as some exciting moments for sure. Overall, I'm not trying to be so sour on it. I'm just like, I wish I was like gushing, like, oh my God, what a breathtaking, amazing experience and a story. It still just isn't that good of a story. And these characters, like Cameron knew it. Like, I feel like he was challenged to be like, oh, really, guys? You still don't think it was worthy? And then, delay after delay, pandemics and et cetera, really sort of put him against the wall, where I've never seen Cameron more defensive or nervous than he is with this film. And look, I hope he proves us all wrong. I want him to make movies. I wouldn't be opposed to seeing another film. I would see another chapter in this film just because it's really well done. But am I like excited for it, where I like need to see the next chapter and invest in the characters and buy the action figures and write and read comic books that tell more stories of Pandora? No. No, I don't. And that's the problem here. This is not worthy of a franchise in my point of view. It's only worthy because James Cameron is a auteur using all the best cinematic tools in his toolbox. And that is why it's worthy of seeing. I think some of you are going to like this film more than you realize. Some of you are going to probably feel like I do. And some of you are just going to be bored to tears. But that's my review. Overall, The Way of Water is a good film. It is. It's a spectacle. It's really well done. And I got to give high marks to Zoe Saldaña. She's the star for me in this franchise. I want Neytiri to take the lead in the future. I hope she gets to, and I want to see more, or if she survives. So, no spoilers here. I don't want to make you think she survives. She may not. No one's safe in the world of Pandora, guys. It's true. There are some stakes in this film. So get ready for it. Check it out. Support the movie-going experience. I wish just James Cameron would take this as sort of, okay, I did it. Let's outsource it. I'll produce the next ones. Let's see Cameron make something else. I want to see him step away from the blue people. I love you, James Cameron. I respect you like none other. You are one of the best we got. Can we see you do something else? Please, please, please. You got this. All right. I hope it's a success for you. I am rooting for it. I don't want it to be a failure. I want movie theaters to exist. Please go see Avatar: The Way of the Water. It is good. It is good. I can't gush as much as I think they want us to with the amount of water. One thing I do have to say, I had to pee. It's too long. There's so much damn water throughout this film. It's the first time I had to figure out, when can I go pee? James Cameron's even admitted, it's okay, guys. If you got to pee, go pee. I really try to not to exit a movie as it's happening. But yeah, there you go. Overall, I got to give this film I'm going to say 6.5 to 7. I'll give it a 7 because it's James Cameron. A 7 out of 10. It's a solid C+. And it's getting more of a passing middle because of all the amazing, stunning visuals and some really cool sequences. In fact, I could maybe be argued to a B-, maybe, because there are a few moments that are really well done from an action standpoint. It's just too damn long. It's too damn long for me. But what do you guys think? Are you going to see it? Are you excited for it? Do you want him to make 5 Avatar movies? I want to hear all your comments down below. And when you do see it, come back and let us know what you thought. Make sure you also hit that subscribe button here at Movie World Plus, as well as my other channel, Popcorn Planet. Hit that bell for alerts, smash that like button, and get all your movie content here. Yes, we put movie content here too. Appreciate you guys. I'll be live over in Popcorn Planet every weekday, so I hope to see you guys there. Have a wonderful day.